What's up, guys? Boiler Doctor back again. Hey, today we're working on a 2007 Rancher 420. This thing has got some starter issues. Picked up a starter online, eBay, Rick's Motorsports Electronics. I think I've used some of his stuff before and it works pretty good. So we're going to put this thing on, not too hard. The starter on this only has a couple bolts holding it on. We're just going to need a Phillips screwdriver, something to pop a few push pins out. That's pretty much about going to be it. So, and a 10mm. So, first thing we're going to do, we've got the seat already removed. Hang on a second, let me work on my camera here. Got the seat removed. And now we're just going to pull the plastic off the side. Throw them in the back here, just to get them out of the way. And start taking the air box out. Removing the air box is the easiest way to get this thing in. Actually, I'm not real sure if you can get it in without removing the air box. The two push pins on it, pull those up. Found out these little fork tools, they're actually a brad remover. Work great for removing these push pins on these Hondas. Need to loosen your clamp at your intake here by your by your throttle body, right there on the front of the air box. And I'm gonna have to grab one more socket. This is actually a 8mm bolt holding this little cover. It's actually attached to the air box. I'll grab that in just a second. The other thing we need to remove is this hose down here. It's got a little clamp on it that you squeeze with your fingers and slide that hose back. That's your crankcase vent. It's also tied to the air box. So let me grab 8mm, pull this off, and then I'll show you what it looks like pulling the air box out. Okay, so got the 8mm removed here and pried just a little bit on the air box boot, and it come off. We also have to remove this clamp over here on this left side. It holds your factory snorkel in there. I don't know, you probably not going to be able to see it with the camera angle because Ryker's running the camera today and he don't like to move around a whole lot. So pull your factory snorkel out of that boot. I don't think I got the clamp loosened up enough. Okay. There it goes, slides right out like that. And then you can lift up on your air box at that point. Comes up like that. You've got one electrical connector over here on the side. You pinch it down with your fingers and it unplugs. Then your air box is out. Set it to the side. Now what we're trying to get to is down here. Actually, let me cut the camera off. I'm going to get the light because it's pretty dark down here. You're not going to be able to see what we're doing. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, now you can see down in here a little bit. The starter is right here. There's two bolts, one on each side, and then you've got a bolt in the very center that holds the power wire, the wire coming from your starter solenoid. So it's at 10mm as well. Get that. That actually is not a bolt, that was a nut, and I dropped it. So you got a, goodness gracious, I'm dropping everything. I dropped the bolt over here on the left side, and the there's another bolt. Goodness, you can't hardly see it down in here. There's another bolt right here, and it's actually got a ground wire on it. So you need to remove that bolt and the ground wire as well. Let me get those pulled out. My filming guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off over here. So let me get him straightened out and get this other bolt out, and then I'll show you what to do next. We got the bolt out of here that had the ground wire on it, and we found the other two that fell. And what you want to do now is just take a screwdriver, and up here at the front of this starter where it meets up with the case, just pry it and it'll slide right out of there just like that. This starter here, I don't really know what's wrong with it, but it won't even turn. Can't even turn it with my hand. So that's obviously the issue. And the easy way to check this, there's not much to the starting system on these things. All you have is a battery, a starter solenoid, the button, and the starter. So the way to check it is take a voltmeter And when you hit that button, if you hear a click back here, most of the time the starter solenoid's working. Just check the positive side, that wire that hooked to the starter there, to see if it's getting power. If it's getting power, then your starter solenoid's working, your button's working, but your starter's not working. If it doesn't get power, then more than likely your solenoid's bad. So that's just how you can figure out what goes to what on the starter. It's not much to it. So we're gonna stick this new one in. Dropped a little bit of oil out there, so I stuck it on the O-ring here. It just slides back up into the case like that, and you just push it in until it bottoms out. Well, I can't, there it goes. Couldn't find the hole on it there. So push it in until it bottoms out, and stick your bolts back in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick the bolts back in. I think we're having some trouble with the camera right now. So I'm gonna stick the bolts back in here. I'll cut the camera back on once we get everything stuck together.
Guys, we're gonna see if the four wheeler starts. It might not, it might start. We're gonna try to crank it. And it looks like it worked, so.
Hit the start button.
Where? And it worked. And all right, guys. When you get the crank, put the airbag box back in, and then you put your seat back on, and it'll be ready to ride. Check out my other videos at Four Wheeler Doctor, and hit the like button and subscribe if you're already not subscribed. Bye.